Have you ever wondered why some younger women suddenly lose interest in older men, even when he seems successful, confident, and experienced? It's not about looks. It's not about money. It's not even about charm. It's the subtle habits that destroy attraction without most men realizing it. Older men often think that experience alone guarantees interest. But female psychology is far more nuanced. Younger women are wired to notice emotional energy, confidence, and consistency. And certain behaviors, even small ones, can completely kill desire. Think about it. A man who is successful but needy, dominating but insecure, or always seeking validation may feel impressive on paper, but emotionally draining in practice. In this video, I'm revealing the 7 most common habits older men do that destroy attraction. These are subtle psychological triggers that younger women notice instantly. Actions that signal neediness or desperation. Patterns that kill mystery and excitement. Behaviors that unintentionally make him look insecure. Missteps that destroy emotional and sexual tension. By the end, you'll understand exactly what not to do and how to maintain masculine energy, emotional control, and high-value presence that naturally attracts younger women. Some of these habits are so common most men don't even realize they're doing them until it's too late. If you've ever felt puzzled about why she suddenly pulls away, or why the spark fades even when everything seems perfect, stay with me. Because these 7 habits are silently killing your attraction, and fixing them can completely change the dynamic in your favor. Why older men lose attraction with younger women. Attraction is not guaranteed by age, experience, or success. Younger women subconsciously evaluate men based on emotional energy, confidence, and consistency rather than titles or income. Even subtle habits can signal insecurity, neediness, or lack of awareness, instantly lowering attraction. Understanding these psychological triggers is key to maintaining magnetism. Many older men fail because they either overcompensate, trying to impress, or underinvest, appearing emotionally distant. Both extremes reduce perceived value. To attract and maintain interest, men must project confidence, calmness, and high-value presence while avoiding behaviors that drain emotional connection. Habit 1. Constant validation seeking. One of the most common mistakes older men make is constantly seeking approval or reassurance. Whether it's repeatedly asking if she likes him, texting too much, or over-explaining actions, these behaviors signal insecurity. Younger women pick up on this quickly because they are attracted to men who display self-assuredness. Confidence isn't about arrogance. It's about emotional independence, showing that your value does not depend on her approval. Men who stop seeking validation create scarcity, emotional tension, and a magnetic presence that naturally draws women closer. Habit 2. Over-explaining or justifying actions. Older men often feel the need to explain decisions, intentions, or routines excessively. This communicates overthinking and neediness, even if the explanation seems logical. Women are instinctively attracted to men who act with decisive confidence, not constant justification. Subtle over-explaining can transform a man from a high-value figure into someone who is emotionally predictable and easy to read, killing mystery and excitement. Confidence, decisiveness, and calm self-assurance are far more compelling. Habit 3. Being emotionally overbearing or controlling. Some older men unintentionally try to dominate conversations, control interactions, or micromanage decisions. While the intent might be to show leadership or experience, it often comes across as authoritarian and insecure. Younger women typically respond to men who are emotionally stable, respectful, and subtly dominant rather than overtly controlling. Emotional overreach kills attraction because it signals dependency on managing her behavior to feel secure. Habit 4. Lack of mystery and predictability. Predictability is the silent killer of attraction. Older men often fall into routines, becoming emotionally transparent too quickly or sharing every thought and detail about their life. Women, especially younger ones, are drawn to mystery and unpredictability, which creates intrigue and emotional tension. When a man is too predictable, excitement fades, and interaction becomes boring, no matter how accomplished he is. Habit 5. Overinvestment in her time or attention. Many older men make the mistake of prioritizing her time over their own life, constantly texting, planning, or accommodating. Overinvestment communicates neediness rather than value. High-value men maintain boundaries, invest in their own growth, and demonstrate that their lives are fulfilling independently, creating a subtle pull effect. Habit 6. ignoring subtle signs of disinterest. Younger women often drop small hints when they feel the spark, fading, slower replies, less engagement or emotional distance. Men who fail to notice these cues often escalate or overcompensate, further destroying attraction. High-value men instead observe and adapt calmly, using subtle psychological strategies to restore tension, curiosity, and respect. Habit 7. Lack of emotional control under conflict. Conflict is inevitable in all relationships. Older men often lose attraction when they react emotionally. Anger, jealousy, or defensiveness signals instability. Younger women are drawn to men who remain calm, composed, and solution-focused, demonstrating masculine emotional mastery. Emotional control maintains high-value perception and keeps attraction intact. Habit 1. Constant validation seeking. One of the fastest ways to kill attraction with a younger woman is constantly seeking her approval. Many older men don't even realize they're doing it. It shows up in subtle ways, sending multiple texts, waiting for a reply, over-explaining your intentions, or repeatedly asking if she likes you. On the surface, it may seem harmless after all. Everyone wants reassurance sometimes, but psychologically, it communicates insecurity. Younger women are wired to notice emotional energy, not titles or achievements. A man who constantly seeks validation is signaling, without words, "My value depends on your attention," and this is a huge red flag. Emotional dependence triggers a subconscious aversion because it removes the natural tension that creates attraction. Contrast this with high-value men like Elon Musk. He doesn't wait for approval. His life is moving forward with purpose, and interaction with others, including women, is based on shared value, not seeking affirmation. You can implement this principle immediately. When she takes longer to reply, don't double text. If she questions a decision you made, respond calmly without over-explaining. The subtle effect is powerful. By not chasing validation, you create scarcity and emotional tension. She begins to wonder what you're thinking, what you're doing, and how your world operates without her attention. This curiosity naturally draws her back to you. The goal isn't to ignore her or play games. It's to signal confidence, independence, and emotional self-sufficiency. The rule is simple. Your self-worth should never be contingent on her responses. Master this and you instantly appear more attractive. Habit 2. Over-explaining or justifying actions. Older men often think they need to justify their decisions. "I didn't reply earlier because I was busy. Said that because I didn't want to upset you." This might feel polite or responsible, but to a younger woman it often signals overthinking and insecurity. Women are naturally drawn to decisive men, those who act with confidence and minimal hesitation. Over-explaining communicates the opposite. "I need your approval for my choices." That kills mystery, excitement, and attraction. Consider high-value men like David Beckham. His public interactions are calm, measured, and rarely defensive. He doesn't justify himself unnecessarily. His actions speak for themselves. You can emulate this by adopting a principle. If a decision is clear in your mind, communicate it confidently and leave it there. Avoid excessive explanation unless it's truly necessary. The psychological impact is immediate. When a man doesn't over-explain, it creates emotional tension and curiosity. She will naturally pay more attention, trying to understand your mind rather than being spoon-fed every detail. Over-explaining also signals low emotional energy. It drains interaction. Women are drawn to men who conserve their emotional energy for meaningful exchanges, laughter, flirtation, and connection. By cutting unnecessary justification, you signal calm authority and high-value presence, which strengthens attraction effortlessly. Habit 3. Being emotionally overbearing or controlling. Many older men, despite their experience, unknowingly display controlling tendencies. They may dominate conversations, correct small details, or insist on steering decisions. While they intend to show leadership, this behavior often reads as insecurity and need for control. Younger women respond to men who project calm, subtle dominance without overbearing energy. This means offering guidance, not control. Confidence, not coercion. For example, suggesting a restaurant or activity is attractive. Insisting she must follow your choice is repelling. Emotional overreach signals dependency on external factors to feel secure. When a woman senses this, attraction decreases rapidly. The goal is to communicate presence, attention, and leadership without pressuring or demanding compliance. Charismatic men like Chris Hemsworth naturally balance leadership with respect. Their energy is stable, their touch and words calm. They allow women to feel guided without being trapped. Habit 4. Lack of mystery and predictability. Predictability is a silent killer of attraction. Older men often fall into routines, oversharing details, or making themselves emotionally transparent too quickly. Mystery creates intrigue, excitement, and curiosity, emotional hooks that keep younger women engaged. If she knows everything about your day, thoughts and intentions, there's no suspense left. Humans are naturally drawn to stories, challenges, and unpredictable energy. The moment a man becomes too predictable, interactions feel boring and emotional tension disappears. To avoid this, pace self-disclosure, leave some conversations open-ended, and maintain independent interests that generate natural stories. For example, sharing an interesting experience, but pausing before revealing the punchline triggers curiosity. Habit 5. Overinvestment in her time or attention. Many older men make the mistake of over-prioritizing her time. Constant calls, frequent texts, and rearranging schedules signal neediness rather than value. High-value men maintain boundaries and invest in their own lives, which naturally draws women to them. When you overinvest, attraction diminishes. Women are wired to notice energy balance. Men who live fully and independently become magnetic because their attention feels earned, not entitled. Habit 6. Ignoring subtle signs of disinterest. Younger women often drop microsignals when interest fades. Slower responses, less engagement, or subtle emotional distance. Older men who fail to notice often escalate, argue, or overcompensate, killing attraction further. High-value men observe, adjust, and remain composed, using subtle psychological strategies to restore curiosity and maintain respect. Emotional awareness and adaptability prevent attraction loss. Habit 7. Lack of emotional control under conflict. Conflict is inevitable in any relationship. Disagreements, misunderstandings, and emotional moments will always happen. However, attraction often fades when a man reacts impulsively, raising his voice, becoming defensive, or showing uncontrolled jealousy. These reactions create emotional chaos and signal insecurity. Younger women are naturally drawn to men who remain calm and composed under pressure. When a man can listen without immediately reacting, respond thoughtfully instead of emotionally, and focus on solutions rather than arguments, he demonstrates a powerful form of emotional strength. This kind of composure makes him appear reliable, grounded, and in control of himself. Emotional mastery is a quiet signal of masculine stability. It shows that a man does not allow temporary emotions to control his behavior. Instead of escalating conflict, he de-escalates it with patience and clarity. That calm presence often diffuses tension and makes conversations more constructive. You can see this trait in high-profile figures like Jeff Bezos or David Beckham. In public situations filled with pressure, criticism, or intense scrutiny, they rarely display unnecessary emotional outbursts. Their controlled demeanor reinforces the image of confidence and high status. Remaining calm during conflict does far more than simply prevent arguments from spiraling out of control. It protects the foundation of respect within the relationship. When a man stays composed instead of reacting impulsively, he shows that he values clarity and understanding more than winning an argument. That level of self-control creates an environment where disagreements can be discussed without turning into emotional battles. Calmness also keeps emotional tension balanced rather than destructive. Conflict can easily trigger defensiveness or frustration, but a steady response shifts the dynamic. Instead of escalating the situation, a calm presence naturally slows things down. It allows both people to step back, think clearly, and approach the issue with a more mature perspective. Most importantly, emotional control signals strength. It shows that a man can face uncomfortable moments without losing his composure or allowing temporary emotions to dictate his behavior. This kind of stability communicates confidence and reliability qualities that make someone feel secure around him. When a man consistently maintains that emotional steadiness, attraction rarely collapses during difficult moments. In many cases, it deepens. Because calm leadership during conflict reveals something powerful. A man who is not ruled by emotion but guided by discipline, patience, and quiet confidence.